This act started out pretty rough for me. Although I was Immortal 3 earlier this year, the last 2-ish acts I took a pretty hefty break. I really hadn't been playing Valorant seriously in almost 3 months, and coming back to the game this act was not kind to me. My aim was horrible and I was losing nearly every single game. It was terrible, I wasn't having any fun, and at one point I even uninstalled the game. I was that fed up with how bad I was that I literally said I'm never playing this game again. But like an abusive relationship, of course I always come back. I started to think about why I quit the game, and it wasn't because I hated Valorant, it's because I sucked. I didn't want to not play Valorant, I wanted to not suck. That's why I decided this act that I was going to completely transform my aim. I implemented 4 crucial habits that turned me into a completely new player, and took me from Diamond 3 at the start of the act, with a severely negative win rate, back up to Immortal 1 so far with the highest headshot percentage I've ever achieved. Today I'll be sharing with you all of my secrets and exactly how you can see similar results by applying these same habits, so stick with me. Kicking things off, I made it a ritual to dedicate 30 minutes to aim training every day before jumping into my play sessions. This was the very first thing I did, even before reinstalling the game. I wanted to take a break from the actual stress of real matches and just take time to hone my skills again. Instead of mindlessly queuing up for match after match, aim training introduced a structured approach to my practice. It wasn't just about playing, it was about playing with purpose. The accuracy of my shots skyrocketed, feeling almost as if I unlocked a new level of gameplay. In fact, this act I hit my all-time high for headshot accuracy. Over the past couple of years, the aim community has really exploded, offering a treasure trove of aiming routines on all platforms like Aim Labs and Kovac. Finding a routine is easily one of the most impactful things that you can do to transform your aim, and the best part is it really doesn't take that much time out of your day. Sometimes I just do my routine when I wake up and then go off to start my day, making breakfast or just getting to work on project. Reflecting on this journey, it's only been a month since I reintegrated aim training into my routine, but the impact I've seen is really crazy. Imagining where this is going to take me in a year actually really excites me. Rating an aim most of the time doesn't really seem achievable, yet it feels inevitable if you just maintain a routine consistently. You're only going to get better over time. Many players undervalue aim training, but anyone who has done it can say that the benefits are almost immediate. My flicks feel more precise, the consistency of my shots feels way better, and overall, I'm just playing at a higher level. Definitely give it a shot if you haven't already. So moving on to habit number 2, what we really need to talk about is mouse grips. After diving into some interviews from some top tier aimers in the Valorant community, it led me to swap my mouse grip from a comfy palm grip over to more of a claw grip. The reason for this is because with my standard palm grip, I didn't feel like I was working in my fingertips too much into my aiming process. If you watch a professional aimer like Shroud, for example, oftentimes you'll see that he'll move his mouse simply by just extending his fingertips. This is something that always stuck out to me, but the problem was when using a palm grip that my fingertips didn't really get involved all that much. But by switching to a claw grip, although admittedly less comfortable, I was now working in my fingertips much more, allowing me to basically just different avenues of control. Switching my grip was a revelation, but not without its trade-offs. After the switch, my fingers would become sore after just a few matches, and although my aim would actually peak at like god tier levels of precision, it would also just reach valleys where I would look like the most boosted player you've ever seen in your life. It wouldn't be abnormal for me to land a nasty flick and then immediately miss 10 shots on a target standing still. Plus, just dealing with fatigue in my fingers was genuinely pretty tough. If you've never felt your fingers being sore, it's actually quite annoying. But here's the kicker. Comfort doesn't always equate to optimal performance. If it were up to me, I would play Valorant in a cozy recliner with a 6-pack of beer on my side, but that's obviously not going to help my performance. Adopting a claw grip felt really odd at first, but a month down the line, I'm actually really starting to get the hang of it, and I can honestly say that whiffing on easy shots happens a lot less. It's like I've unlocked a new level of aim finesse that I didn't know was possible with my old grip. I will say though that I think these changes helped me a ton, mostly because I already understood the fundamentals of the game. After implementing just these 2 changes, I instantly skyrocketed from Diamond 3 back to Immortal 1 in no time. Perhaps some of you already apply these habits and still haven't been able to climb to Immortal though. In that case, what's really important for you is probably just brushing up on the fundamentals themselves. Luckily for you, over at SkillCapped, we have the specific course that covers everything you need to know about mastering the fundamentals. From crosshair placement, spacing with your teammates, and even how to use movement to make aiming easier. These are the things that I have ingrained into my brain for my climb to Immortal 3 initially, which is why when I brushed up on my mechanics, it wasn't hard for me to climb again, even after my break. If you haven't mastered these basics yet though, none of these habits are really going to change much. SkillCapped is so confident they'll help you improve. In fact, they offer a rank improvement guarantee, meaning if you don't climb 5 divisions, you don't pay. I know it sounds pretty insane. For a limited time below, they'll be giving a discount on any site subscription, so be sure to check it out today. And other than that, let's get into the third habit. There was a time when my eyes were glued to the map, trying to digest every piece of information that was fed to me. Part of the reason I did this is because this is what I considered to be my biggest strength in the game. Not only did I have a really good grasp of what was going on across the map, but I also understood the game exceptionally well. I really knew how to play off of the pressure that my teammates were applying so that I could push advantages and win games. But let me tell you, focusing more on the game and not enough on myself just led to countless deaths. I wasn't really present in the fights that I was taking because I was just thinking of too many things. Shifting gears, I decided to start completely ignoring everything going on across the map before I took gunfights. This tweak in focus has been a game changer. Now, 100% of my focus during a fight is on sitting the target down and living to fight another day. If you're somebody who tends to think about the strategic side of Valorant more than the gunplay, take from me firsthand, it will hold you back eventually. Valorant is an FPS game. You need to win your gunfights. Now, something I've never heard anyone talk about that I feel helps me a ton with dialing in is actually my monitor mount. It allows my monitor to sit right above my keyboard, keeping it just inches from my face. This setup isn't just for kicks or to mimic those pro player memes where they're practically sitting inside of their monitors. Bringing the screen this close helps me get a bit more immersed and focused on the round. I remember back in the day before I had a monitor mount, my monitor used to sit like a few inches away back on the back of my desk, and it was really hard for me to actually get focused during these rounds. When it's closer, it's just way easier for me to focus. Now, to top off this new approach, I've started legitimately pep talking myself before crucial fights. I'll say things like, I'm about to sit this guy down, or peek me, I dare you. The one that Teets used to do all the time back in the day was swing me, make my day. Sometimes I'll even just boost my confidence by telling my team, yo, this is my round, I'm about to dial in. It's fascinating how just believing in yourself makes such a significant difference. I was watching an interview with legendary pro player Automatic recently, and he said something along the lines of, if you ever have doubt before taking a gunfight, you probably just shouldn't do it. And you know what? I genuinely get what he means by this. Anytime I take a fight that I don't feel comfortable with, I just always get rolled and wonder why I took the fight in the first place. Just the other day this happened where my Jet was fighting outside my smoke and A main way too long. The teammate in me was like, go help that guy, but you could just see how uncomfortable I was in this fight. For good reason too, this is a really stupid idea. I did it anyway and immediately got punished for it. Pep talking yourself can really work though. I genuinely went from a player before who was kind of afraid to take gunfights, and now I'm becoming somebody who just knows they are going to win oftentimes. And this has been a really refreshing switch for me. Finally, for habit number 4, I've come to realize how important consistency is. First, what I want to talk about is consistency in the agents that you play. I encountered a teammate recently who claimed during agent select that he could flex to any agent. I was skeptical of this immediately, and it wasn't long before my suspicions were confirmed. It was really rough, and the guy looked super uncomfortable. He clearly didn't play Breach that much, and was just filling because he wanted to be a team player. The thing is, I've been playing the game for 4 years. I started out in the beta, and I have played every single agent, probably at least 20 games minimum. If you ask me what agents I feel comfortable on right now, I would say Omen, Viper, and Sova. I'm learning how to play Brimstone on Bind because my Bind sucks right now, but like, I'm not out here saying I can play every agent. Yoru was my main for so long, and I haven't played him in like 3 months. I have nearly 1,000 hours on Yoru, but I don't even feel comfortable on Yoru right now. Bruce Lee once said, I fear not the man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once, but the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times. Mastering agents isn't just about playing them a few times or knowing what they do. It's about actually doing research and practicing the agent. Right now what I'm doing is I'm looking at weaker maps such as Bind and trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. It's a humbling truth, but if you have a low win rate on a map over 24 games, you suck at that map. There are players who are good at those maps, so go watch what they do and copy it. If you find that you're deviating significantly from what they do, it likely means that you're playing suboptimally. Speaking of consistency, at least for me, the only way I've been able to achieve this is alone. Playing solo has become the only thing that works for me to climb, and it's not even close. Climbing the ranks in a duo or team setting introduces a mix of challenges. You have different goals, agent pools, temperaments, and routines. I've been really dedicating myself to improving, from aim training to studying my agents, and even doing things like fixing my diet and playing at the same times every day. Sure, I miss playing with my friends all of the time, but that love for playing with my friends is equally matched by just how competitive I am. It's really the drive to push my limits and rank up that keeps me engaged with the game. And it's not like I don't still celebrate with my friends, I still talk to them and we share clips with each other. I just queue alone though and climb on my own. In my opinion, this is the fastest and easiest way to improve. Playing with a duo, while more fun, just never really felt super worth it in the long term. Eventually, one of the two of you will end up holding the other one back. Alright though guys, before we wrap this up, let me tell you a little bit more about SkillCapped. So we offer a 5-division rank up guarantee and think that is a pretty crazy thing to offer. It's like a gym membership guaranteeing you'll get ripped. Your local gym would go bust if they offered you that. Not us though, we've offered this for years because our service really does work. It works so well in fact that we're able to produce by far the largest catalog of premium Valorant guides on the internet. We add new courses every month with over 1,000 guides curated into over 50 courses, no one can compare. We also have a direct line of communication with subscribers in our Discord so that they can get connected immediately to some of the best players in the game who will respond to all questions asked. Sign up today for as little as $6.99 a month if you are serious about improving. And other than that, that'll be all for us today. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.